Hi everyone, I'm Meredith and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so excited that you found me, and if you're returning, I'm so grateful you've decided to come back and watch more. I love all things luxury. I love luxury shoes, I love luxury handbags, luxury lifestyle and vlogging, and if they're things that appeal to you, I hope you'll do me a massive favor and hit that subscribe button down below. My 43rd birthday is coming at the end of February and I'd really love to hit 13,000 subscribers by my birthday. It's an absolute long shot, but if you could help me out, I would really appreciate it. Today I am going to do a video around Chanel walks, so wallets on chains. Why I love them, why I think, and it might be controversial, that they are still worth it, and why I have so many and the great things about walks. So let's talk all things Chanel walks. So these Chanel walks, and let's grab this one because it's the most classic one that I own. It is a simple Chanel wallet on chain in caviar leather. This is in the red. It's got the magnetic closure, which is how we see them today, and it's probably the most basic Chanel walk there is. I don't own a black one in this caviar leather, though it is something that is on my radar that as a collector I would like to have at some point. I do have a black Chanel walk, but it's not this classic style. So for the purposes of doing the display, the Wheel of Fortune display, I will use this one for now. So Chanel walks. At the moment in Australia, and these are in Australian dollars because I'm Australian, the Chanel walk, the basic Chanel walk in this leather would retail for $5,580, and that price is current as of the end of January 2024, which is where I'm at today. There is news that there's a Chanel price increase out of the US and the Northern Hemisphere. At the moment, we haven't seen that hit in Australia yet, but we will wait and see, and if it even hits the walk. You can get a slightly cheaper walk if you buy one in tweed. I don't have one in tweed, I have one in fabric, which is just here, and they retail for 5,320 Australian dollars, and the special editions can range up to $7,150. So there's currently a Chanel walk with the current Chanel collection that has charms on it. I'll insert a picture here for you guys. That currently costs $7,150. So they can range up to just over $7,000. That's an awful lot of money. I understand that. It is so much money. Even at $5,500, this is a lot of money. You can get a lot more bag for the same amount of money through a different brand. Absolutely you can. And that bag will probably hold a heap more than what this walk does. However, let me make my case for why I love the Chanel walk and why I continue to buy them even at the prices that they are, and why I have a vast collection of them and will continue to collect them. So first off, if we open up a walk, let's just do a quick walk around the walk, shall we? We'll do a quick walk around. So I'll take that out. So first off, super long chain with the Chanel walk. It is a classic Chanel chain where you see the leather go through the metal. A Chanel walk chain is super long, goes crossbody on most people, and that is one of the reasons I love it, because of the chain strap. You have the Mona Lisa pocket on the back, which is the same as their classic flaps. You see a Mona Lisa pocket on their classic flaps. It's really not big enough to fit anything, maybe your parking card, so the little ticket you get when you park your car. Then if we open it up, this one is a classic, so it has a magnetic closure, you can see, and some people complain about magnetic closures not really closing all that well. I have never had a problem with mine, never had an issue, and when I travel I stuff mine, like I really stuff them, and I've never had an issue with it coming open. Has a pocket in the front here. Just behind that is a zip pocket, which is usually where I throw my bits and pieces. This one still has stickers on it because I've never used the red. I'm still finding a need for it. I just love the red, but I don't wear a lot of red, so I do admit I find it hard to incorporate this into my styling, but I'm not willing to part with it because I love the red. makes absolutely no sense to most people, but does in my head. There's a little pocket just behind, like a little slip pocket just behind that zip area. That's usually where I throw my band-aids in case I get blisters or my children cut themselves or they need a band-aid. And then there's a section down there and you get card slots. So you can see mine's not being used and it's still actually got the cardboard bits in there. So that one's got 6 slots for cards. There is also a zip pocket up here and that goes all the way to the bottom. So that's really handy. A wok is big enough to fit your phone. So this is a 15 Pro. It's not a Max, it is a Pro, but look how much room is in there. You can easily get a Max in here still. So the wok will take your Max phones as well. I also, in all of mine, have one of these. So this is from Handbag Angels, who I work with a lot. This is not sponsored. I don't have an affiliate code. They just give me a discount code because they're a great company and I love to work with them. So this is a base shaper for a wok, and I find these are essential for me now because woks get very squishy. So without this in it, it just squishes down, which can be really good for travel, but it's not really great for the leather because you eventually get this crease that you can't get rid of. So I put these in all my Chanel woks. I have a discount code for Handbag Angels. It's Meredith 15, and that gets you 15% off anything you buy, regardless of how much you spend. I will put it up along the bottom of the screen for you. Not an affiliate code. I don't get a kickback for this. They just make really great stuff, and they've been kind enough to work with me since I very first started YouTube, and they're a great company. I highly recommend them. Of my handbags, and I have over 400 luxury handbags. If you haven't seen my luxury bag room tour, I'll link it down below for you. Most of my handbags now have Handbag Angels liners in them because they make such beautiful, beautiful products, and I trust them and they don't ruin my bags. So if you're interested, that code is there for you always. Okay, so that is a wok, and now that the liner is in there, you can see it's just pushed that out and made it the perfect shape to fit things in. So that is what a Chanel wok looks like. They all look pretty much the same. There are some slight variations depending on which one you buy, but that is generally what a Chanel wok looks like. So let's go through the advantages to the Chanel wok. So first off, we have to discuss the chain length. So this chain is one of my favorite features of the Chanel wok. It is thin, so it does not cut into you. It's not bulky on your clothes. It is also long, so it does go crossbody on me. So that is absolutely a must for me, especially when I travel. I have kids, so I love to be hands-free most of the time. As I've gotten older, crossbody bags have just become a way of life for me. I am now just starting to move back into, oh, okay, I can do a shoulder bag. But for the most part, for the last, I don't know, 8 or so years since my kids have been around, crossbody bags have been a way of life, and the wok is really a fantastic bag. If you're a new mum and you're looking at baby bags, get yourself just a normal baby bag and a wok because it will absolutely make your life easier. I will link my video down below that I did on the best baby bags and my recommendations of not doing a luxury baby bag, but instead getting a wok. So I'll link that down below for anyone who's interested. But yes, the strap on this is brilliant because it goes cross body. But my second point is versatility. This bag, or small leather good, I know, has huge versatility. So crossbody, because I can wear it crossbody. Clutch, if you're traveling and you need something to do several things because you don't want to take a whole heap of bags. Clutch. Can't see the chain at all. Fits inside without any worries, and you can still get everything else that you need to in this. Suddenly you have a clutch. I am told in 2024 the clutch is back. I am told this by many YouTubers who I trust and adore, so the clutch must be back. So the wok can easily be a clutch as well. It can also be a shoulder bag. So Chanel make little clips, and I have some, that you can push. So you can easily double this over. So if you didn't even want to buy a clip, you could really just double it over and create a fun little detail on it. So now I've got this cool detail across the top with this chain, and I can just shoulder strap it. Problem solved. You don't even need to buy a clip. You can buy clips that do it if you don't want to risk your bag here, but especially in caviar leather, they're pretty hardy. So if you're just doing it for a few hours and you're not putting a huge amount of weight in this, which you'd be hard pressed to do anyway, given the size, this works perfectly. It's fine. And it gives it a little detail across the top. So you can shoulder bag this as well. So you've suddenly got yourself with one purchase from Chanel, which is at the moment, I feel like it's about a third of the price of a classic flap. So with one purchase, you've now got 3 bags that do 3 different things, if that's what you need to have in your collection. If you don't own a lot of luxury handbags or small leather goods, then this will give you 3 different looks really quite easily. My third point is travel. I always travel with a wok. Always. When I go overseas, when I go interstate, I always have a wok with me because this is my airport bag. So I put my passport, my phone, my credit cards, my cash, anything I need to keep on me goes in this on me. And then I have my tote with me and usually my carry-on suitcase as well. So I'll usually travel with my Neverfull GM and a small suitcase, and they go on the actual plane with me. And then I have suitcases that go underneath the plane as well, usually a few. But this will always be my airport bag because as soon as I get on the plane, or even as I'm getting on the plane, I just throw it in my tote with my Neverfull GM, and suddenly I go from 3 bags to 2. So I'm not having an issue with airlines going, oh, you've got too many bags. But if I want to go walk around the airport and not have to take my suitcase and tote, say my husband's with me or I'm traveling with a friend, I'll go, can you just watch my stuff while you sit here in the lounge or wherever you're sitting? I'm just going to take, and I just take my wok and off I go. So I don't have to take everything with me, especially if you want to go to the toilet or something. Like, you can just take your wok with you. So I believe it's a fantastic travel bag. Once you get to your destination, you've got yourself crossbody, a shoulder bag, and a clutch with you. So it does it all. Brilliant, brilliant travel bag. The other thing I love about this bag is the amount of options it has. Now, there are lots of brands that do wallets on chains. Don't get me wrong. They all do them, and they do them fairly well for the most part. I've had a Fendi wallet on chain. I've had a Dior wallet on chain. Louis Vuitton do variations that aren't quite wallets on chains, although I think they did, is it called the Ivy or something, which is very similar. Look, there are lots of variations out there. The thing that Chanel do and do really well is that this is like almost bread and butter for them. So they do it in so many finishes. And that's what makes this a great collection thing. So you can collect lots of them in lots of different variations and have versatility in them. So they do lots of different things. So if you have a collection of woks, like I have 10, and they each do 3 different looks. So a crossbody, a clutch, and a shoulder bag. I have 30 different looks with 10 bags. They're not 10 particularly cheap bags because they're wallet on chains, but I will say in the resale market, you can pick them up for about 3,000, 4,000 Australian dollars. So really, you have this vast collection all of a sudden just by owning a few of these because they do so much. So wallets on chains come in this classic, very much a classic, in this quilt pattern with the little CC on the front and the magnetic closure. They also have, let's just put that down there, a Chanel 19 version. So this is the Chanel 19 version. Mine's very loud. So it's got the Chanel 19 strap on it. And if I open it up, see the Chanel 19 strap. This is a Chanel 19 strap. It's got both hardwares on it. It's got the Chanel 19 CC on it, but it is also a magnetic closure. So that is the Chanel 19 version of it. They also do a, where is it, reissue. So this is always the one that I travel with. So I'm still considering getting a black one in the classic to give this one a break, but this is the one I generally travel with. So this is my reissue, and it's got the reissue clasp on it. So you actually do it up. It's not magnetic. So if you are worried about that magnetic closure, they do a reissue version where you will feed it through, and this is in the aged calf skin in the quilt, which is why it travels with me, because it's pretty hardy, I've got to say. So they do that one. They also do one in the trendy. I don't have a trendy bag from Chanel. I used to, I sold it, but they do a trendy version. They also do a Cocoa Crush version with the little pearl on it that you can make shorter and longer, which is a great option. If you don't want to have to feed the chain through to make it shorter, you can get the Cocoa Crush version. They do a charm version, so all the ones that have different charms, so like the one that I showed you that was $7,150 in the current collection, they will sometimes do the charm versions. They do a boy bag version, so the Chanel boy bag, which mine's over there, I won't go grab it, but I'll put up a picture of a boy bag for you. So they do a boy bag version of the wok. So that's there as well. And they do seasonal ones as well. So seasonal. So this is a seasonal one I've had from a few years ago. You can see it's got the rainbow hardware on it. If I open it up, it's yellow on the inside. So it's a seasonal version of the wok in the colors that they were doing for that season. And then this is my newest one. I just unboxed this. I'll link the unboxing for you down below. This is Glucia. So this is Stingray, and it has the turn lock on it, which is what woks used to have. So the older woks had this turn lock CC. They don't do that very often, if at all, anymore. And this finish in Glucia, they don't do exotics anymore as far as I know at Chanel, but this was one that I hunted and I loved and I picked up in the resale market. They do brilliant finishes. So this is my wedding bag, one of my wedding bags. So this is white and you can see the beautiful iridescence on that. It's gorgeous. And then one of my favorites, which I usually travel with as well, is this one, which was also seasonal. And this has got the camellias all over it. It's a very, very fine caviar, but it's probably one of my most hardy bags. Like it's done the distance. It's done many trips with me. I love the pink on it. I love the camellias on it. And it is super low maintenance. Like there is no wear on this, and it has been in rain. I've worn jeans with it. I haven't had any color transfer. I love this wok. It's just stunning. So there are so many different styles of woks that Chanel do, which makes it a fantastic piece because the other houses that do woks don't tend to do them in such mass form. They don't give you a whole heap of different finishes, options, colors. They don't release them season after season after season. That's where Chanel has it down. They give you all these options. So they show you this brilliant product that's really going to work for a lot of people, the wallet on chain, and then they go, okay, let's give them to them in lots of different colors, lots of different finishes, lots of different styles, and then release them and make it a staple so people love them. They have absolutely cornered the market there, and I love that. It's the one thing I do love about Chanel, that they have worked out that this is a piece that is so versatile and that so many people love. So let's offer it to them in lots of different finishes and lots of different colors every single season and make it a collector's thing, which is what I've done. So I can definitely see the upside to the wallet on chain. So yes, these are still most certainly expensive. I do not deny that. I absolutely do not deny that they are still expensive, especially if you buy them from a boutique. But they are so versatile. They come with so many different options. They come in, once you've got them, you can do so much with them. So for me, yes, it is expensive, but I can go spend $5,500 on a bag and it does one thing. So it's either a crossbody or it's a handheld, or it goes over my shoulder. Or I can go spend $5,000 on something that will still fit everything I need it to, and I've got 3 different bags in it. So for me, I feel like they still have worth. They are most certainly cheaper on the resale market. So I've seen woks on the resale market range from, 2,000 Australian dollars, depending on what kind of state they're in. A good one can usually start at around 3,500, 4,000. Maybe 3 if you're lucky, if you want to hunt for it. And then for the special ones, they can be really quite expensive. So these two up here were both bought on the resale market. This green, this 18S green, is very popular with Chanel addicts, and this Glucia, because it's a exotic, they were not cheap. They most certainly didn't break $10,000. They didn't even come close to breaking $10,000. So yes, they were expensive. I would say they were Well, if the current charm one is $7,150, I think this one was about $8. So realistically, and that's for an exotic and it's beautiful, I don't think it was that expensive considering how much they are from store at the moment. So you can definitely get yourself some bargains on the resale market if you want to do that. So just look at the Chanel wok and think about the ways that you can use it and how versatile it is. The dimensions of the wok, for anyone who is interested, and I work in centimeters because I'm Australian, is 19.2 centimeters this way, and then you've got 12.3 centimeters this way, and then the width goes to 3.5 centimeters. So that's the dimensions of a wallet on chain. But hey, caviar leather. You can get aged calf skin, you can get lamb skin, you can get tweed, you can get chevron. I don't have a chevron yet. I'd love a chevron wok. There are just so many options with these, and these are ones that you can generally walk into store and buy. You're not walking in and they're looking at you like you've got two heads because you're asking for a black classic flap in the medium size with gold hardware, and they're like, no. So, and you'll pay far less for the wok than you will for that classic flap that you can't get anyway. Although, given their prices at the moment, I don't see any lines outside the Chanel store. Just putting that out there. So yes, this is why I love the Chanel wok. I have had woks from other brands. I've ended up selling them all off. I am interested to see the Dior Caro wok that I think is out. I would love to get in to see that. I just don't go into Dior anymore. It just hasn't spoken to me in a while. But I would definitely like to see that as a comparison. But for me, I'm not done with Chanel woks yet. I'm not ready to call it a day. What do I think that they should be priced at? If I was going to price a Chanel wok, if I was going to take my understanding of the Chanel world out of it and look at it as just on par with the rest of the luxury brands, I would price it at about 3,500–4,000 Australian dollars. So, which is probably what they were worth when I started buying them. So I reckon, yeah, probably about 4,000 Australian dollars, I reckon would be reasonable. Now at 5.5, yes, they are very expensive. They are Chanel. You've got to put the investment in. I'm not done yet at 5,500. If they continue to go up to astronomical prices, so let's say this suddenly becomes $7,000 and the special ones suddenly become like almost 10, I think I'll probably call it a day at that point and stick with the resale market because I can pick them up so much cheaper on the resale market. But for now, at 5,500, in my brain and my brain alone, I can still justify the cost of the Chanel wok. That is why I still love them. I hope this has been helpful for some of you. I've been promising this video for a really long time, and I finally delivered. But I just wanted to outline why these bags, yes, small leather goods, are still worth it for me. And this is very much a personal decision, and why I see value in them. Because a lot of people question whether buying a small leather good is worth it when it's really a bag, in my opinion. I understand it's classified as a small leather good. I can't call it that. For me, they are bags. They function as all my other bags do. I don't see it any different to a baguette or a Chanel mini or my Nano Speedies. They function in the same way. So for me, it's a bag. I don't care how Chanel classify it. So yes, that is my take on the Chanel wok. I hope it's been helpful for you guys. If you've liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. It means a lot to a content creator when you hit that subscribe button. Please also hit the little bell notification so you know when I upload videos, which is usually twice a week, and sometimes I'll throw in an extra. I'll also throw up my Instagram handle for you so you can come follow me over there. I put lots up in real time, lots around my collection and my day-to-day life, so please come follow me over there. I hope wherever you are in the world today, you are having a fabulous day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.